Hi! Welcome to the first lecture video of Math 22. This is the first part of a two-part video. In this video, we will discuss integration by parts. Let's begin! Let's take a few moments to recall what we already know from Math 21. Recall that you already know antiderivative formulas involving x to the n, trigonometric, exponential, logarithmic, inverse trigonometric, and hyperbolic functions. Aside from that, you also know two techniques for anti-differentiation, which are the sum rule and the substitution rule. Pero parang ang konti, no? Kaya, dadagdagan natin ito sa Math 22. So, for the first unit of Math 22, we will be discussing more anti-differentiation techniques. For example, how would you anti-differentiate the integral of x e to the x dx? So, mukhang hindi gagana yung sum rule at yung substitution rule. So, for this problem, we will use the technique of IBP, or integration by parts. First, let's derive the formula for integration by parts. Let f and g be differentiable functions and consider the product rule. So, naalala niyo pa ba yung product rule from Math 21? Derivative ng product fg is just, so the mnemonic is left d right plus right d left. So, left, copy mo yung f, and then d right, derivative ng g, so g prime, plus right, copy g, and then d left is f prime. So, you have this. So, what we will do is, yung red term, we will transpose that to the left side para magkasama sila nung blue. Okay? So, we will be isolating fg prime on one side, tapos magkasama na yung blue and red on the other side of the equation. Then, what we do is, we integrate both sides. So, sa left side, we will have the integral of fg prime dx, and then for the right side is integral ng sum. But remember the sum rule that says na integral ng sum is just integral ng first term minus, so kasi minus, so we copy integral ng second term. But what do you see here? Magkatabi yung integration symbol and differentiation. So that means, diba, anti-differentiation and differentiation are inverse processes. So, pag magkadikit sila or you compose them, then what happens is, mawawala lang sila, right? So, we will be left here with fg, and then, dun sa kabila naman, we will just copy that. So, we will get this equation. Okay? So, what we want to do next is to rewrite this in terms of u and v. So, we will let u equals f, v equals g, then ang du natin will be f prime dx, while our dv is g prime dx. So, it's just differentiation. And then, we will write this equation in terms of u and v. So, we will have, so diba, f is u. So, you will have integral of u, and then g prime is dx is dv. So, you'll have dv. Then you have fg, so that will be uv, minus integral of, and then g is v, and then f prime dx, you have du. Okay, so you have this one. And that is the formula for IBP, or integration by parts. So, integral of u dv equals uv minus integral of v du. So, pag indefinite integral, this will give us the general antiderivative. Okay? Pag definite integral naman, after getting the general antiderivative, you just need to evaluate from a to b to get the final answer. Okay? So, just as we have seen in the derivation of the formula, saan magandang gamitin yung IBP? So, diba we started with the product rule. So, IBP is useful when your integrand is a product, meaning if you have integrals of the form f times g dx. Okay? So, going back to our example, what can we say about the integral of x e to the x dx? So, we want to use IBP for this problem. So, para magamit yung IBP, we have to choose u and dv. Okay? Pero kung papansinin nyo, there seems to be a number of choices na pwede. Parang pag nagsa-substitution rule tayo, there are many choices, diba? Minsan. So, maglista tayo ng some of the possible choices that we can see. Okay? So, first, pwedeng u equals x and then dv is e to the x dx. Okay? Then, next, pwede rin naman na u equals 1 and then dv is x e to the x dx. So, napansin nyo, pag napili mo na yung u, yung dv automatically follows kasi kung sino lang yung matitirang mga factors, yun yung magko-comprise ng dv natin. Okay? So, for example, if u is e to the x, then dv is yung matitira, which is x dx. Okay? Then, pwede rin naman na yung u natin, yung x e to the x, and then dv is your dx. Okay? So, parang sa substitution rule, hindi naman lahat ng choices natin for u gumagana, diba? So, check din natin yung mga choices natin dito kung sino dito yung mga kaya nating paganahin. Okay? Or meron ba ditong choices na mahirap isolve? Okay? So, let's see. With choice 1, u equals x and dv equals e to the x dx, then, paano ba natin ginagawa yung IBP? Then, ang first natin gagawin is lista natin yung u and dv na pinili natin. Then, the next step is crucial. We must differentiate u and then integrate dv. Okay? So, differentiate dapat yung u. So, anong derivative nitong part na to? This will be du equals dx. Meanwhile, sa kabila, mag-integrate tayo. So, integral ng dv is b. Integral ng e to the x dx is e to the x plus yung constant of integration, which we will call k. Okay? So, be very careful here kasi lalo na kung meron kang trigonometric functions, minsan nakakalito kasi nababaligtad natin kung ano yung derivative at integral, no? So, make sure na on this part, sa u, you're differentiating, and for dv, you are integrating. Okay? So, we will now follow the formula for IBP kasi meron na tayong u, v, tsaka du. So, diba, integral of v du equals uv minus integral of v du. So, yung uv, copy nyo lang yun. No? So, copy. Then, notice na meron tayong parentheses. So, don't forget that whenever you're multiplying sums, no? So, kailangan may parenthesis to indicate that you are multiplying the entire block. Okay? Then, integral ng v du. So, copy this. Okay? Du ay dx. Okay? Alright. So, ito na yung IBP step. So, what is the next thing to do? Tandaan nyo, yung uv, okay na yan. Tapos na siya. So, ang kailangan nyo na lang isipin yung integral ng v du. So, ito yung isosolve natin. So, paano ba isolve yung integral ng sum? Okay? Diba? Dahil sum siya, then we use the sum rule. So, integral ng first plus integral ng second. However, you have a negative sign outside. Ibig sabihin, yung negative sign dapat i-distribute din natin doon sa sum. Therefore, you will have minus minus. Okay? So, integral nung first and then integral nung second. Okay? But, what is the integral of e to the x? It's itself. Then, integral ng k, where k is a constant. This is with respect to the variable x. Then, what do you get? You will get kx. Okay. And then, don't forget yung constant of integration. Kasi, diba, nag-integrate tayo dito ulit. No? So, dapat may isa pa tayong constant of integration that is different from the first one that we got. Kasi ito yung nakuha natin dun sa pag-integrate ng dv. Ito, nakuha natin yung c naman when we integrated v du. Okay, so magkaiba sila. Pero, what do you notice? Yung kx minus kx will cancel out. And we are left with this. Yay! So, anong napansin nyo? Dahil wala naman pala yung k sa final answer, then here, diba, k sa constant, we can set k to be the constant 0. Since hindi naman din siya lalabas sa final answer. Okay? So, in general, pag meron tayong IBP, dapat diba ini-indicate natin sa pag kinukuha natin yung v by integration of dv, dapat may plus k yun. So, technically, dapat may plus k siya in general, no? So, dapat v plus k siya. However, anong nangyayari dito? Dito sa integral ng k du, we will just get k u. Okay? So, kasi with respect to u no? So, constant du, you will get ku as the antiderivative. Minus yan. And then here you have ku. So, you will have ku minus ku, that will zero out. So, what does that mean? Ibig sabihin, okay lang na hindi na natin isulat yung plus k sa step na to, sa IBP. Okay? So, we can omit the constant of integration na k, the v, in our IBP. Okay? So, okay lang na, hindi na ito isulat. So, let's check. Kung naalala nyo, this was our first choice, diba? Choice 1. We have 3 other choices. Tingnan natin kung gagana rin yung IBP sa mga choices na ito. So, for example, yung choice 2, we try u equals 1, pero pag ganon, yung dv, yung matitira, diba? So, sa product. So, sa factors. So, kung u mo ay 1, then dv will be the entire thing here, no? So, x e to the x dx. So, anong masasabi natin dito? Well, first, du is, ang derivative ay 0. Kinda, parang hindi na siya okay. And then, at the same time, when you try to integrate dv, ano ba yung integral ng x e to the x dx? Di ba yun nga yung hinahanap natin? So, ibig sabihin, hindi nga natin siya alam. So, ibig sabihin, this is difficult, no, to integrate. Kaya, this is not a very good choice for you. So, try natin yung third choice. Let u equals e to the x. And dv is yung matitira, no, which is x dx. So, anong masasabi natin dito? Syempre, kunin muna natin yung du tsaka yung v. So, differentiate, you will get e to the x. Okay? And then, anti-differentiate naman sa kabilang side, you will get x squared over 2. So, notice, hindi na natin sinulat yung plus k, no? So, hindi na siya kailangan isulat. Kasi, sabi nga natin kanina, magka-cancel din naman yan in the final answer. So, okay lang na ganito lang to. So, by the formula of IBP, we will have integral ng v du equals uv, so copy, minus integral of v du. Okay? Pero, anong napansin nyo naman dito sa integral ng v du now? Here, parang naging mas komplikado pa siya. Remember, ang gusto nating isolve ay e to the x times x to the 1. Pero this time, x squared siya. No? So, medyo, komplikado, no? So, ibig sabihin, hindi pa rin natin to kayang i-integrate. Okay? So, sabihin, this is not also a good choice. Now, how about the last one? No? If u equals x e to the x, then, ang dv natin yung natira, which is dx. Okay? And then, ano ang du at saka v nito? So, differentiate this. What is that? That is a product. So, you must apply the product rule. So, by the product rule, you will have left d right. So, ang d right natin ay e to the x. Plus right, d left. Ang d left natin ay derivative ng x, which is 1. Okay? So you get this. How about dv, no? Equals dx. Pag nag-integrate tayo dito, then ang integral ng dv ay v, integral ng dx ay x. Okay? So, by IDP formula, we will have uv, so multiply that, and then minus integral of v du. So, you have this. Okay? Pero, if you notice, you can factor out e to the x here, then you will have e to the x multiplied by x squared plus 1. So, parang ganun din siya dito, no? It's also complicated. So, it's also not a good choice for u and dv. So, ibig sabihin, yun. Just like in substitution rule, minsan may mga good choices talaga for you na yun yung gagana. So, ganun din sa IBP. Parang masasabi natin na ang hirap naman kasi ang daming pwedeng choices. Wala ba tayong guide na magpapadali kung sino yung magandang piliin para sa U tsaka DV? So, ang answer is, yes, meron tayong guide. At ang tawag dito ay LIATE. So, ang ibig sabihin nito ay L is logarithmic, I, inverse trigonometric, A, algebraic, T, trigonometric, and E, exponential. Okay, algebraic nga pala na functions are functions of the form x to the n. So, for example, mga polynomials like x to the 1, x squared, no? X cubed. Then, pwede rin yung x to the negative powers, x to the negative 2, x to the negative 3. Then, pwede rin yung mga x to the fractional powers, x to the 1/2, x to the negative 1/3. Okay, so yun yung mga algebraic functions. Okay, so paano ba ginagamit yung LIATE? Okay, ginagamit natin yung LIATE, no, para mahanap yung magandang choice for you pag nag-IBP tayo. And this list is of decreasing priority. So, for example, dun sa ginawa natin kanina na integral of x, e to the x dx, ang una natin gagawin ay identify natin anong klaseng functions yung nasa product natin. So, in this product, we have x times e to the x. Ang x is what type of function? It is an algebraic function. Okay? Kasi x to the 1. Okay? Ang e to the x naman ay exponential function. Okay? So, ano yung ibig sabihin ng decreasing priority? It means that the higher you are in this list, then the higher your priority is in becoming the U. Okay? So, kunwari dito, ang naglalaban ay algebraic versus exponential. Sino yung mas mataas sa listahan? It is algebraic. So, therefore, yung U, ang pipiliin natin ay yung algebraic function which is x. Okay? That's why we end up with u equals x and then sino yung dv? Remember, dv automatically follows once you have chosen u. Kasi yung dv, siya yung the rest of the factors in the product. So, dv will just be e to the x dx. And that is what we have sa ating example kanina, no? We chose u equals x and dv equals e to the x dx. And, yeah. So, that ends our first video for this lecture. And in the next video, we will have more examples so we can practice LIATE. So, hope to see you in the next video. Bye!